I'm Melody, Dee Dee, if I said that already.
There were a
Donnell,
few Dee in there.
uh, Rochelle, Peter and Linda, Peter and Linda, Peter and Linda. Hey,
I guess
Eric.
Dee is competing against the Peter and Lindas.
There you go. Hey, John, Mr. Tier. There he is. Daniel, Dr. Maguala.
There we go. Okay.
Greg doing the voodoo of the stuff that he does.
All right. Well, let's get it going so that we can enjoy it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. It is that time on a Saturday. Oh, and then what? Something just came on. Let me check something here. There we are. I was hearing myself 3 or 4 times because that's what I do is I monitor on YouTube, so I get to hear all the feedback, and sometimes that comes through. Don't want that to happen. So welcome, 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 everybody. It is Saturday, December 28th. OMG, we are almost to 2025. And I can't wait to hear what Robert has to share with us. He has a special message for everybody before we get started with the AMAs. It's the Ask Me Anything with Robert Hollis, the A-Amazing Robert Hollis. We are so glad to have you with us on this very special day, the Saturday between Christmas and New Year's. And it's where we get, I'm going to say, a time to reflect on what's happened, a time to reset ourselves and get started with the new year with the feet running, the wheels screeching, and everything moving in a positive direction. So, a couple of quick announcements before we get started. Thank you to each and every one of you. The channel is growing. If you're not subscribed to Robert Hollis on YouTube, please do so. Thank you very much. Hit the subscribe button if you're watching us on YouTube. It's right down there below where you see my finger pointing. We are now up to 78,349 subscribers. OMG. And why? It's because of each one of you. And Robert, hold on. I want to put a spotlight on what you're sharing with us. There we go. These are the things that we want to see as we continue to grow our channel. The silver one in the middle is the first one. The one to the right of that, the gold one, is next. And then, of course, we've got our 2 crystals there that we would love to have. And, of course, we will thank each and every one of you because it's because of you that we're able to spread the word, share the message to people with ears that hear, and help our channel grow because it is just so we just love it, and we are so happy to have you. Oh, sorry about that. Have you all with us here on the Robert Hollis channel and Ask Me Anything. Now, if you want to join us and you want to participate, you can always ask your question in either chat, whether you're watching on Zoom or you're watching here on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and type the question in the chat. Same thing with Zoom. But here is the thing about Ask Me Anything. You get to talk with a certified millionaire. You can ask any question you want, and it's very simple to do. Besides typing your question in the chats, you can, if you're in Zoom, raise your hand, and we will call on you like Lisa Marie has done. And it's very simple. Put your cursor on the middle of the screen where you see my face. Down on the bottom, you'll see a button. I'm putting it, pointing to it here in Zoom. It says React. Click on that. Raise hand. There it is, raise hand. Click on the raise hand button, and then it will notify us that you would like to share. That's how simple it is to participate here on the AMAs. And finally, before I turn it over to the gentleman with whom we are going to get our guidance, who is our GPS to success and things like that, very, very simple to do. Kevin, I'll deal with you in a moment. Kevin is on YouTube. The vibe of the day. I love it when Terry shares these vibes of the day because they are so good. And this one is very good for today and for getting us ready for the brand new year. What you want wants you. It will reach you. Give it time, prayer, and gratitude while it's en route to you. Something to think about as we get started. Very excited. Very, very excited as we go into 2025. Lots of great things are going to happen to us, to all of us. So let's get it started right now with our dear mentor, our friend, our GPS to success. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for the amazing Robert Hollis.
Hey, how many people know Craig's not saving his voice anymore? Thank you, Craig, the hostess with the mostest. I love and appreciate you so much, and good to see you on here, everyone. Jamie, I love your shirt, man. I love seeing you guys on here, and each and every one of you. I believe I shout out your name. And Jody, thank you for the wonderful gifts. That was really, really, really sweet. Thank you so much. That was nice. So what we're going to talk about here is it's pretty amazing. When I had this whole thought on my mind this morning, you guys have heard this talk many times. It's just going to be a little same as it's always been. But, it's not, we're right now growing our YouTube channel by like 1,500, close to 2,000 subscribers. And it all started out a day. And it all started out with us talking about this. Now, I am a little competitive. Some of you might know that. And I recently went on the internet and I just put in the top 10 people on YouTube that deal with network marketing. And out of all the channels I could find, I only have one left. I went by number two. We went by number two today. And so, it really builds a credibility of social when you're doing that. And I don't know how many of you guys know this. We'll talk to her in a second with her question. But do you guys know that Lisa Marie has one video that's got 1.5 million views on it? That is just crazy, man. So congratulations, Lisa Marie. I just think that's so awesome. So here's the subject that I want to be able to cover. I want to cover really quickly, and then we'll get into Q&A. And that subject very simply is how to have the best year ever. How to have the best year ever. And before we do that, I know we usually wait for people's birthdays, but we have a birthday that's coming on Monday, and it's our hostess with the mostest, Craig Jackman. And so if you guys would, I'd love to sing happy birthday to him. And why don't we just unmute everybody and let's all sing happy birthday to our one of our fearless leaders and visionaries, Craig Jackman. So let's go ahead and do that.
All right. Just did that.
All right. Okay, 1,
Happy
2, 3, here we go.
birthday.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
Happy birthday
birthday
to
to you.
Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday,
Birthday
dear.
to
Happy
you.
birthday to you.
Many more.
You guys are awesome.
Happy
Oh my
birthday,
God.
Craig.
You just made my year right there.
There,
That was
there
it.
we go. There we go. So, but we're
Bless
gonna
you
have to
all.
wait
Thank you.
till we're gonna have to wait till next year to do your year for 25. No, but let me start over. That just popped in my head. So the subject we're going to talk about is how to have the best year ever. And I know that we also are talking about 2025, right? But here, oh, is someone still talking?
No, I forgot. Oh,
Who just got hurt?
I got, I'll let me go. Let's see here. Hang on. There's a couple. Oh, hold on. I got to mute everybody.
Okay, cool. We got her all
All right.
now.
Yeah, let's go ahead and
Right.
start from the top, Robert, please.
I'll go ahead and start from the top. So
Yeah.
the subject here is very, very important. And I can tell each and every one of you that I put this into practice in the last couple of years. And you guys that have been around me a lot have watched me do this. You know, so in a year to go from 7,400 subscribers to over 78,000 subscribers, I mean, and also my business I mean, my business, I've more than doubled the size of my business. It's all based on one thing that we've talked about many times. We started out this YouTube by talking about, hey, you know what? My goal is very simply to get one of these plaques. But then I had another goal. I went on YouTube and I put in some people that I know that I'm in competition with, and I looked at the number of subscribers they had. And there was something that was very interesting. The people that had more subscribers than me had more videos than me. Whoa, hang on. The other thing is the people that had more subscribers than me had certain videos that actually had more views than mine. Shut the front door. You know what I mean? And so we always try to, as human beings, we try to complicate everything, don't we? We're constantly in our mind. You guys have heard me say this before, you know, that you don't know who this is Dino from Flintstone. And he's constantly just talking to us, telling us all the negative stuff, that we can't do it, we're not good enough, who would want to listen to us, on and on and on and on. And then just constantly just beating us up. But if others did it, you can do it. And so recently, for some of you that know that I'm involved in trading, you know, it is a mindset. It's all about a mindset. So, you know, when I had a small account because I did 149, I got 50K. That was like in July. And then I got another 100K account, and it was because I got more than 10 traders. I only enrolled like 57 new traders in my first month. And so I got a $100,000 account. And then this new promotion just came out. And I sit there and I looked at it and I went, yeah, I'm going to do this. And when I had to pay $999 for a challenge, there was something that clicked for me. It's like, I'm getting my $1,000 back, and I'm getting it back fast. And so all of a sudden, I just want you to know that that was really the first time that I imagined making $1,000 profit with my trading. When I put that into my imagination, everything flipped. Everything flipped. Now that I'm doing trading, though, is this guy just kept popping up everywhere. You guys know what I'm talking about? So my imagination is to pass both challenges and then, you know, pull out $1,000. And it's like, well, you've had some that lost, and people lose their challenges. And what if you got some losses? And it's like, I'm going like, wow. I just realized that now that I'm stepping in to do something unique and different that other people are not, now I got to fight those same voices and the same emotions. So I don't know if you guys seen this video, but what I did is I decided to do a trade, and the video is about 25 minutes long. And I talked about it yesterday with Craig and Matt on our podcast. But what I did is it's one of the videos that I'm most proud of, because I log on to it and I seen Lisa Marie's good learner. You know, she already did a video just like it. And the only difference between Lisa Marie's video and mine is she said, this guy came. See, Lisa Marie just says stuff out loud that this guy says in her head. Okay? I don't, right? So Lisa Marie says, hey, I'm showing you this trade. You know, a lot of you probably don't want to watch this. I was going like, what did you say? That's Dino out loud. You know what I mean? It's okay to think it, but shut it up. We go, no, that's not true. Everybody will love this. Everyone's going to love this video. So anyway, I mentally, while I was doing that video, went through all the emotions that when you guys hear it, a lot of you are going to say, well, he's bringing out bad and good emotions that other people have. If you really know me, those were real events that have happened to me. People telling me they didn't want to be in a relationship with me anymore. You know what I mean? Getting, you know, laid off from jobs and being fired and all of this stuff, right? And so now this microcosm of me doing this in trading, and I just imagined and kept saying, I imagine how I'm going to feel when I go to TradeX Mastery. I click in, I got over $1,000 in there in profit in a funded account, and I'm withdrawing that money to go into my Cash App. How am I going to feel? And I just kept doing that, even though I'm watching it. So here's something that a lot of you are not going to like to hear, right? But everyone wants to know what Arthur's secret is. I know what Arthur's secret is because I'm doing it. So even though I click on tap to trade, it was the first time that things were revealed to me that I didn't know is there is because I'm paying attention. So I'm on Trade Locker and I decide to click on the trade and I see where the stop loss is. And the first time I looked at the stop loss and I'm going like $1,600. Are you? And then I see what his take profit was. And I think it was $5,000. Then it's the first time that I looked in Akashics and I clicked on the TT results, tap to trade results, and I seen that he did 266 trades and all of them were long trades. And it clicked on me. This guy hits 75% of his trades. He does a stop loss and he does a big profit and he puts it out there and he walks away. Because he knows he's going to get 7 out of 10. So when he gets big losses, he just doesn't care. But the rest of the people who are following him are going for the love of God. You know what I mean? And if you catch 2 of them, it's like sometimes he might win 7 and miss 3. But what if he misses 3 in a row like he's gotten 4 in a row? Well, then if he does 3 in a row, our challenges are gone. You guys following me right now? So now that I'm trading for real, I click on the trade and I watch it just like in that video. Now, I'm not constantly watching it. I'm doing other things. I'm posting, I'm sending happy birthday messages, I'm reaching out to people, check this out, put the playlist. I'm doing all of this stuff and I just have another window open and I just keep looking at it. And it hit me. It's like a heartbeat. I've shared this with you before. But now I'm looking at it and I'm going, I'm just going to see how I feel as it's going. And even though I've heard that if it gets below 150 to get out, I only lost 1 trade, I think, out of 12 or 13 trades because I was watching it and it went up and then it went down and then it went up and then it really started going down. And I was connected to my feelings and went, I'm out. I'm out. That was 136. The rest of them, I'm going, wow. It goes down, goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down, goes up. And I'm watching, okay, it's going down, starting to come up, goes to 0, starts going up, 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 I'm out. 350, 317, 640, bam, 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 bam. So we'll see how fast I pass the challenge now because I'm no longer scared on who's guiding me to make this happen. And every time I have a thought that I know that is not mine, I immediately just give it up, give it to God, and just go, tell me when. Tell me when. Now, I know that he's got, I don't know how Joel is trading, but if he's actually winning those long trades, here's my imagination of what Joel's doing. Is a few times a day as he's doing these long trades, he just goes in and looks at him and goes, nah, I'm out. I'm out. I don't believe that Joel's trades ever hit the profit that he sets them at. Huh? What a concept. And so I think that he's doing stuff too. I haven't talked to him. But the point that I'm making to each and every one of you is the things that I've accomplished in my entire life was based on me being extremely emotional about my imagination. And I'm just telling you how to have the best year ever is if you're not on a daily basis as many times as you can, imagining your future, imagining the results that you can get for your future, you're going to have another year like 24 or 23, if not worse. So the things I just want you to do is, a lot of I plug into AI, but I also did this on I also did this on Google. But bottom line, when you sit there and you think about what we need to do with our life, it's like, I know you guys have heard it's neat to start my year out. I start my year out always the same by listening to The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale. And he tells you to go through what, 30 days? So this is The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale. You guys, I really don't even know if there's like any rights on this video. But by the way, I went to Nightingale and Conant's YouTube channel, and I have more subscribers than them now. So there's other people that I'm knocking out, right? But on The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale, it says that you need to listen to this for 30 days. And I start every year out this way. Because basically in this video, it says one thing over and over and over again. The strangest secret is simply this: you become what you think about the most. You become what you think about the most. And unfortunately, the majority of the people, the things they think about the most are not good things. But they're still using imagination just in the wrong way. Like, what if I don't get a job? What if I don't pay my car payment? What if I miss rent again and I get kicked out? Everybody sends some thoughts and prayers to Eric. His wife's in a hospital right now. And, we just want healing to go to him and his family. They all got, but it's this constant thinking of, man, what if I don't have a good year? What if I can't pay my bills? And what if I can't pay rent? And then I'm going to get kicked out of my apartment. And then I'm going to have to move. And we just stay in this spiral of, and then this guy's talking to us while we're having those bad thoughts. Well, you know what? I really should get a better job that pays more money. Now, I'm not smart enough. I'm not good looking enough. I don't have a good resume. Like Matt said, instead of being focused on your resume, it should be focused on your journal entries. You know what I mean? It's like, you got to really realize. So the other thing that I did is I want to share with you here is, again, what can you do on a day-to-day basis to keep your imagination in positive emotions, right? And so the other thing that I did that I thought you guys would really like is when you sit there and think about this, I went to imagination quotes, right? And so you guys can go to Google, you can click on images. Let me move this up a little bit so I can see. So you can see right here, you click on all, and then you click on images, right? And so when you see these quotes here, and it says, imagination is everything. It's a preview to coming attractions. I'll take that. The world as reality has its limits, but the world of imagination is boundless. And you start seeing all of these people that talk about imagination. And then if you went to YouTube and you put in imagination, what are the top, songs? So I put imagination into YouTube, and of course, pure imagination, from Willy Wonka, to hear these people sing it. For those of you that know me, I'm focused on this all the time. I listen to these songs all the time. And then I click on here and I put in imagination, and it's Imagination Frequency by Bob Proctor. Do you guys know I've never ever seen this? Ever. But when the student's ready, the teacher appears. Huh? Right? So, so it's only been up here for 4 years, but I definitely guarantee you that I'm going to see this. What are some of the biggest books in imagination? And so I just want each and every one of you to sort of go, there's always a theme. And each year, there's this pondering question that I have. This will be the first time for 3 years in a row that the thing that I sense that I need to be gooder at, that I need to master, is imagination. When I came up with this concept of being an imaginator and a superhero, and now I even put the phrase behind it, people ask me, Robert, what do you do? Well, I'm an imaginator. I inspire people to imagine a better future for them and the people they love. You know what else I do? I actually help people create that imagination and show them how to make it happen. So if someone wants to find a faster way to make someone's imagination come to pass, then what I'm doing right now, I'm open to it. But now I have a lot of people that you guys know their names. You know their names. And they're reaching out to me. How are you getting subscribers so fast? You went by me like I was standing still. And I go, oh, I just became an imaginator. And they're like, what? Is that goal setting? Is that a why to make me cry? No, it's not all that bullshit that you're still believing that you learned years ago, right? It's something new. And so I keep telling you guys all the time that my whole entire life has always been about imagination. I just didn't, believe it or not, when I was young, all I wanted to do is be around a group of people that loved me. I was unfortunate. I hung around people that didn't. And all I really wanted is people that loved me as much as I loved them. That's all I ever wanted. And I created that. Then I wanted to be one of the best mechanics. I created that. Then that step disappeared and I heard about this thing called marketing. And then my goal was to be one of the top. Do you guys realize when I see the people that have made the most money in marketing, the only thing between me and them is time? All the people that I chased, there's that song, Love is the Answer. And it talks about the people that I used to look up to are now statues. I must be getting older. I'll be 63 in February 21st. And my mind's going like, Dexter Yeager and Don Fala. And of course, Jim Rohn and Bob Proctor. All these people that I learned all this imagination from are no longer living. That means I got some stuff to do. The time is clicking. I met a new friend named Michael Bray, and he told me the story about that his mentor always had a hourglass sitting on his table. And I ordered one from Amazon right away. That's something I don't have. Is to constantly be thinking that urgency is now. And if I help, when I help more people imagine a better life than themselves than anybody else, I'll never have to worry about it. So it goes back to the classic From All Spiritual Beliefs to Zig Ziglar saying, if you help other people get what they want out of life, you'll get what you want out of life. And I'm telling you guys, I know this with every fiber in my being, that if you're struggling right now in any area of your life, it's because of a lack of imagination. So when you hear success stories of anybody at anything, when you guys hear, the book like Harry Potter, right? And the author is a single mom riding on a subway going, I got to find a way to get out of this? How can I get out of this? I guess I'll write a story. I guess I'll write some books. And so I want each and every one of you to really grasp, because, we could talk about this just like losing weight, right? So, okay, I only want you guys to do one thing to lose weight and get in better health. You just need to drink 8 glasses of water a day. 8-ounce glasses of water a day. Who can do that? Apparently everyone. And don't you guys know it? Yeah, everybody take a drink of water. I see Lisa Marie. Drink water, okay? Okay, so how many people have heard this statement? An apple a day will do what? Keep the doctor away. Do we all have the capability of eating an apple a day? Yep. We just don't do it. This is one of Jim Rohn's best trainings. It's easy to do. It's easier not to do. So you got to put up signs everywhere of you taking seconds, if not moments in time, and just get into imagination. Just imagination. Just imagination. And just keep doing that. And it will go to longer times. Eric was telling me he still listens to 6-phase meditation. You know what? I've never said this because I asked for the words to say to those that have ears to hear. I would rather have people just listen to number 4 on the 6-phase meditation. I'd rather them listen to number 4, the 4th phase, more times a day than listening to the whole thing. Take a few seconds, couple minutes. I want you to imagine 3 years from now, your life, 3 years from now. Okay. It's 12, 28, 24, 24, that's 27, 12, 28, 27. Where am I? Who's around me? Designing that perfect day. I'd rather you do that multiple times than listening to the whole thing. Did you guys catch me? Because the only reason that you would listen to The Strangest Secret for 30 days in a row is it's supposed to get clicked in your consciousness and your unconsciousness. Wow, the things I think about the most is what I become? Man, I think a lot of shit all day. Man, I'm worried. I'm hoping this doesn't happen. I'm mad at these people. I'm mad at these people. I'm mad at these people. I'm reading people that are mad. So the thing that you think about the most all day is pissed off people. Pissed off people that feel like they were wronged, and they get to blame everyone on the planet, and they get into victimitis, blameitis. What else? They are constantly comparing themselves to others, comparitis. It's like, if you really thought how many positive thoughts that you had that made you smile. And why do I think that it's worse now and ever in history? Is because of social media and algorithms. Because if you make a comment on something that pisses you off and you think that you're doing something for you and your family because of the injustice in the world, and I'm going to share that, the algorithm and the social media goes, this person likes seeing shit that pisses them off. Let's just roll that bean footage. Where did that come from? Oh my God, a commercial. Right? Don't you guys know that? Roll that bean footage. You know what I mean? It's like, how did that get in my head? It was programmed in my head. Bush beans, roll that bean footage. Now it's roll that bad footage, right? And we go from compare-itis to blame-itis to victimitis. And we spend a majority of our time doing exactly what the strangest secret in the world is. And we become what we digest the most. So deliberately and with intentions, you guys got to start doing the right stuff, right? So I'll share one more thing and we're done. Matt's going to go. There you go, Dad. There you go. Okay. So went to ChatGPT and I thought, you know, I'm just going to go in here and put, that was something else I was talking to people. So I put in here, I put the top 5 best-selling books on imagination. And when I go down here and I see number 3, I'm going, oh yeah, Matt told me about that book. You know what I mean? So what are the 5 best quotes of imagination? Imagination is more important than knowledge. Knowledge is limited. Imagination circles the world. Laughter is timeless by Walt Disney. Imagination has no age. Dreams are forever. John Mayer, the power of imagination makes us infinite. Shah, imagination is the beginning of creation. You imagine what you desire. You will want you imagine. Does that make sense or am I just reading that wrong? You will want you imagine. I think that's supposed to be your imagine. And at last, you create what you will. And then J.K. Rowling. We do not need magic to transform the world. We carry the power we need inside ourselves already. We have the power to imagine being better. Okay? What are the 5 best songs? Imagine by John Lennon. Just My Imagination, The Temptations. Pure Imagination. Imagination. I Can Only Imagine. I can't believe that's not there. And Imagine by Andrea Grande.
Ariana Grande.
Have you guys heard this song? I haven't.
Heard it.
Rainbow Connection by Kermit Frog, of course. Okay. So that's my message. If you're not plugged in to imagination and bring it to fruition each and every day, you're not going to be at the right frequency or vibration to manifest the things you want. So we'll go back here a year from now and we'll see how many people plugged into it. Because some of you have been watching me the last 6 months. How many people do you guys know, personally know, that have increased their YouTube channel by 10-fold? How many people do you guys know that you're currently listening to doubled their business? So while everybody else is struggling, you know, I find 2 people and run them all the way to almost to the top of the comp plan. Tomas got there from Poland because I got into his imagination. And he almost dropped the ball. Have you guys ever heard of people hitting a rank and then losing it? Here's how it happens. The focus is getting the rank. Then you attract the people to get the rank. Then you stop looking for the next rank and looking for new people. And then you stop to try to train the people to get the same position you got. And none of them give a shit. It finally hit me, you guys, and don't get mad at me for saying this, but none of you have and worked on your imagination to want to be a super affiliate. None of you have worked on your imagination or ever seen yourself with 1 million people on subscription on YouTube. So how can you get my results? But I know Lisa had imagination. And then all of a sudden you go, wow, how did she get to 1.5 million views on her YouTube channel? Do you guys know that Lisa Marie has more views on her YouTube channel than I do? Two things we can chalk this up to. She's a cheat. She's a stiller. It's not her video. She's lazy. Yeah, everyone that says all this shit about Lisa Marie are people that don't have 1.5 million people as on views on their subscriptions. A lot of you started to do it, then you gave up. The only way you can get 10,000 active people in MDC or 10,000 active, imagine, you guys know I'll hit. I'm at 2. I told you guys I shared my imagination when I have 10,000 active Akashic members. I'm at 2. Well, you guys really don't think I'm going to hit 10? But I changed my imagine for 2025. Now it's 100,000. So I will have by this time next year 100,000 active members and Akashics. And you guys will chalk it up to skill, expertise. Robert's a good bullshitter. All the things that you want to think I am. But I know one thing that I have that I'm proud of. One of the biggest things I love about Robert Hollis is my imagination. You guys can't. Here's one thing. If you guys develop imagination, guess who gets to steal it from you? Nobody. Pretty awesome. So if I can do it, you can do it. So if no one's giving you permission to be happy and successful, let me give that to you. Because that's what people have done my whole life, has got me to imagine a better life for me and the people that I love. And that's how it happened. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. We'll go into Q&A. Craig, back to you.
Oh my gosh, what a great way to wrap up this year. I hope everybody got that, took notes. We'll post it up later as a separate entity, so hang on for that, or just watch where we are right now so you get the whole AMA, because I know that we've got several people with great questions coming up. First of all, before we go to those with questions, and I should let you know, we've got Arthur Waino's hand up. John Tier also said he'd like to share, and Lisa Marie Cook, who will be coming up next. But first, I did want to give a shout out to Lucas Shoemaker. Lucas, bless you, and thank you for the super chat in YouTube. Nice. If you're watching us on YouTube, go ahead and click that $ below the chat. It's in a little box, and all the money that we collect in the super chat will go to the charities and organizations that Robert supports, mostly orphanages. But please share.
23,000. We're over 23,000 that we earned with YouTube channel.
Oh my gosh. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. And why? It's because of you.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very, very much. So, all right. Let's get going. We are here for Ask Me Anything with the amazing Robert Hollis, and starting off our AMA questions, let's go to Lisa Marie Cook, who has her hand up. Lisa Marie, go ahead, open up, and please share with us.
Hi, guys. Robert, you are amazing. And
so are you.
I have been watching you just fly. It's just like, holy cow. You know what? My subscribers are building too. It went from 1,200 to 3,500. 3,500. Yeah. And guess what? I had my first direct deposit from YouTube.
Shut up! Yay!
$167.
Man.
So you have to hit $100 before you get paid. And it took me forever to get.
It took me forever.
I mean, oh my goodness. And it was due mostly to you.
Did you take Freddie out to eat with your YouTube money?
Not yet. Not yet.
That's what you gotta do. You gotta go take that money and get cash
Yeah.
and then go out to eat. And then when the bill comes, you can lay it on the check and you say to Freddie, this is my YouTube money.
Yes. Yes. No. I know. You know what? That part I can imagine. So I mean, I can imagine everything that you said I should do, even with that envelope. And, I've imagined all of that. But so I feel kind of stupid asking this question, but it really has been
Why?
because, well, because I think it's a lot of Dino.
You know it is already. So just
It,
rephrase the question and go, hey, Robert, remind me, bring to my memory, and then tell me what you want.
okay, Robert, you were instrumental.
Not. I really feel like stupid asking this question because you don't feel stupid.
Well, not stupid. I just feel like I'm vulnerable enough to ask these questions that other people want to ask but don't.
Yeah, yeah.
I
And I
think
love you, and I love you for it. I could do a whole library on Lisa Marie questions, and if people would watch them, it would change their lives.
maybe, yeah.
No,
And,
it would. They're going, oh my God, I can't believe she asked that question. That's one I didn't want to ask. So
this whole Buddy's Place, you have been so instrumental in helping me develop that whole imaginary thing. I mean, getting my
right.
imagination going and this and this, and I always thought it was very possible. However, I hate that word.
No.
However,
However, the closer that we get to it, the more outside forces try to steer us away from it.
I know what. Damn devil. Ugh.
So I always tell people it's for those of you that believe in spiritual warfare or believe that the Darth Vader or the adversary or whatever's attacking you. It's not attacking you. It just feels like it is. Okay?
Yeah.
So the goal is just to steal our emotions immediately. So as soon as we get emotional and get our imagination about how it's going to feel when we have all the animals and the kids are playing with them and the parents are playing with them and whoever's doing that, right? And so we got Buddy's Place and we're imagining it. The higher your emotions get about the joy that you're going to have with that is going to be where the dinos that have been programmed in our mind forever,
Yeah.
they come rising back up. Now, here's the crazy thing for those of you that believe there's such thing as a spiritual warfare, whatever belief you have, I tell them to read the back of the book because we win.
That's right.
That
That's
we
right.
win. So while you're going through the bad feelings, the doubt feelings, maybe I should give this up. Maybe this is not what I'm supposed to. All you got to do is go, well, I know I'm getting closer. I know I'm getting closer because, stronger is he that is in me than he that is in the world.
Yeah.
And I just rebuke it. I rebuke it without statements out of my mouth. And if there is such thing as an adversary, when I'm in my locked in mode, he's running. He's running. Everything that he's put in place is running.
Mm-hmm.
And I talked about this yesterday on the podcast with Craig and Matt. It's like me, I'm just so defensive. And it's like, so as soon as I see anyone sort of dealing with that, that's why I'm on them fast. I don't go, oh, woe is me, and I'm sorry you're feeling this way. I'm like, fuck that. You know what I mean? Immediately.
Right.
And
Right.
it's like, so here's my belief. My belief for you, Lisa Marie, is you didn't get a vision or imaginations of Buddy's Place without the means to make it happen. Now, does it happen as fast as we want it to? Never. Never, because human beings have unrealistic expectations. The people that right now are struggling the most with trading are people that actually imagine that they were going to retire from their job in their first month of trading.
Mm,
It's just like,
right.
what?
That ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
So, but they do that. But when you guys know that I got into trading, why am I still positive about it? Because I told everyone based on me taking trades from Javid and increasing my account 0.5% a week, 2% a month, it's probably going to take me about 9 months to pass it. And I know what everyone heard. Fuck that. I need it to happen in 2 weeks. And I'm going, all right. Well, so I'm only in 4 months of my 9 months of passing my challenge.
Right. You look at it that way, you're way halfway
Yeah.
home. Absolutely.
But here's where I'm getting more encouraged. You know, when I made 3 grand in the last couple of weeks, I'm going, when? Here's my imagination, you guys. I'm not only gonna pass the first and second challenge, but I'm getting funded. And I'm gonna get better than I am now. So that means I'm gonna have $2,800 weeks of money that I get to pull out.
You don't have to ask Terry for money no more.
I'll have my own money. Yay. But I'm building my confidence, and part of that is being competent. And I just, I've seen a lot of people that have struggled in the last 4 months of trading. And so I told everybody, listen, I'm not an expert, so I'm not going to teach people what I know. But the magic that I know is what I just taught you guys.
Right.
That's my magic.
Mhm.
I have the ability to drive down the freeway and all of a sudden get nudged or do something where I'm going, this doesn't feel right. And I take the cruise control off 78 and I just slow down a little bit. And I'm like, then all of a sudden go by and there's a highway patrolman sitting and I'm like, I'm right back on the gas again. And it's like, it's just trusting and believing that you can hear, and you get better at that. You get better at that. So me and Craig and Matt were talking about, if any one of you ever have troubles with electronics, don't bring it up to me. Because my whole life, even as an auto mechanic, people walk in and go, I can't get this goddamn thing to work. I go, let me see it. And they're going, well, it's working now. I didn't do anything. I just didn't hate it.
Right. Right.
I don't have any negative emotions about it. And it's like, so I'm able to resolve problems really, really fast. But
Okay.
when I first got into trading, this guy got me. And I said things out of my mouth. Hey, why aren't I interested in trading? I'll tell you why. Because I've never met a trader that makes more than me. There's got to be something wrong with trading. Well, that's because I'm looking at the wrong traders. So now I'm connected with some traders, and one trader that I'm following now made 174 million last year.
Oh, damn.
What could I do with that money?
Holy man.
See? And so now I'm going like, hey, I'm going to follow this guy. I told you guys, I just had to find a different expert. I had to find someone else that I could listen to, that I felt comfortable around. I know his story. I'm not going to share his name with you guys. Why? Because when I win the challenge and I start withdrawing money, and you guys start seeing that I'm withdrawing $10,000 a month every single month while I'm increasing my account, then you're going to go, what was that shit you're doing again, Robert? I want to get that down.
Right.
Because People don't trust themselves. And when you don't trust yourself, you listen to other people. And when you listen to other people and you do the new shiny thing every couple of weeks, you get shafted. You totally, totally get shafted. There's not too many people that I know that are doing a discipline and their goal is to master that discipline. It's like, hey, I'm trading NOS and then now I'm trading Bitcoin. Now I'm trading. It's like, I mean, I don't even know how you can get good at anything. It's still that I'm still the Bruce Lee guy. It's like, are you worried about all these people that know how to do all these different kind of tradings? No, I'm going to be that guy that figures out one pair and I'll master it.
Mm-hmm.
And people are like, how did you make last year? I made over $1 million trading. And I made over $1 million in building a group in network marketing. And I made over $1 million on my YouTube channel. Ah!
YouTube, I might get there. You know what though? I feel like let's talk about the YouTube for a quick second if we can.
Sure.
That video is damn near at 2 million now. And
Holy.
I know, in fact, it's probably going to hit 2 million today. But
But
that was not my content. It was not my content. I uploaded a video from Facebook.
Okay.
And
let's talk about that. So when you started a YouTube channel, what was the imagination of your YouTube channel?
when I first started it had nothing to do with Buddy's Place. It had nothing to do with that. I wanted to interview people. I wanted to hear people's stories. That's how I started out. And then it kind of turned into personal development where I was learning the scriptures and this and that. And then I've been building off Buddy's Place for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
Right. But none of my videos were consistent with building a rescue farm. It was just my personal development.
Fine.
Well, that's what I was working on. So, right.
But now, what was this one of your goals? Was your goal ever to have a YouTube channel that was generating revenue so it could help Buddy's Place?
Absolutely.
Oh, wow. So that hasn't changed?
No.
So if that hasn't changed, and all of a sudden you feel inspired to adding other videos.
It was funny. It was funny.
Okay. So right now, if you go to my YouTube channel, the video that I had that had the most views was only in Montana. Right?
That's right. You just said that too.
Right. But now my #1 video is the trader video. Which is not mine.
Right. So I shouldn't feel bad then.
No. But
why? I can't believe I do.
Well, because you're getting joy from that video going viral. And you're getting joy from it, and you're getting credentials, and you're getting people saying congratulations, and you're getting these little posts that you get to post. And then as soon as you get that joy, then there's got to be something that steals it away.
Right.
So here it comes. That's not your video. Wait until YouTube finds out it's not your video and they take your channel away. Wait until somebody finds out that you stole their video and they put some kind of post, copyright post on you and steal your video. Yeah, just let all that shit go into your imagination.
Yeah, it kind of has.
Okay. So when that stuff hits in your imagination, just know one thing, Lisa Marie, you're fucking human. Okay? Then go. No, when I seen that video, it made me laugh my ass off. I thought, why not take this video and share it on my YouTube channel and then share it with everyone? And what if everyone just starts sharing it and people start seeing my YouTube channel and I go from 1,700 to 3,600 subscribers? And what if? And now I
I
got,
have thought all that. What? I mean, yeah, I've been
see?
thinking the good too, for sure.
Oh, I know you do.
Yeah.
But don't beat yourself up for being human.
Well, I feel like I'm having people waver on my authenticity, my my yeah, yeah. You know, I think it's okay to do that with shorts. I think it is.
Matt, when I showed you the books on the best books on imagination, there was a book that I told you that Matt told me about, right?
Yeah.
And that book, I'm saying it wrong, but it says it's called Steal Like an Artist.
Okay,
It's a
but I
short
did
book too. You should listen to it or read it, Lisa Marie.
I will, Matthew, I will for sure.
Because
So should I
because
have
here's the
made
thought.
that video
Here,
my own somehow?
no.
Okay.
Here's the whole thought of it is what makes people have ownership over whatever content. That's imagination. That's 1000% imagination.
That's true. For
So
sure.
there is a person that takes a video and then they post it and they absolutely want nothing from it. There's people on the planet, listen to me, you guys don't believe this. There's people like Robert Hollis that when I go into my YouTube channel and click on copyright and I see how many people have stole my videos, it brings me joy.
Hmm.
It just lights me up and brings me joy. And there's other people that look at it and go, I'm going to take down every MFer that ever took my video. And they spend all this time in this negative place trying to stop people in the world from finding a video that makes them laugh and taking the video, putting it on their YouTube channel, and then sharing it with the world.
Hmm.
So I know this for a fact. There is nobody on the planet that's better than YouTube right now. And there's no one on the planet right now better than YouTube to tell you that that video is owned by somebody else that wants the rights.
That hasn't happened. You would think that it would at
You
almost
would
2 million
you
views.
would think that someone would?
Right. I
Here's
gotcha.
the thought.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm so happy and grateful that the person that created this content just wants the world to have an incredible laugh.
Right. Yeah. And maybe that's the case. It very well could
It
be.
has to be the case, Lisa
Yeah.
Marie.
Yeah. Yeah. How
It
did you
has to
get
be
a
the case.
sponsor? I want to know how you got a sponsor because that's what I want.
You'll get people that will reach out to you. First of all, make sure that your email's available on your YouTube channel. You know,
Okay.
so a lot of people are hiding everything. They're trying to be secret agents. And then all you need to do is continue to do what you're doing. The thing I love most about YouTube right now is not only is it the second largest website on the planet behind Google that owns it,
Mhm.
but the thing that I love about YouTube right now is they're allowing people to post videos. And then if there's any kind of copyright infringements, they just tell you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's talk about what I would believe would be your worst case scenario. Your worst case scenario would be someone noticed that this is their video and they proved that it's their video, and so from this point on, they're going to get all the credit for the video, and they're going to also get all the income from the video. I'm not running advertising on the video. I haven't made a dime on the video. I never claimed that it was mine.
I turned the monetization off.
See?
I did.
So think about what someone else would want. What they really want is they're going, it's not fair that Lisa Marie makes money off somebody else's content. I'm not.
Yeah.
I want the world to see it. And when I had a sponsor reach out to me for only in Montana, it was called Junkin Media. and they reached out to me and they said, we want to pay you because we want to put this on shows. And it went nationwide. It was on every TV show. And
Yeah.
so I said, I'm not taking it off my YouTube channel. And they go, you don't. Just put underneath there that if anybody wants any rights to it, to go to Junkin Media. I said, okay. So I just grabbed that and posted it. And a lot of people do that with songs on their videos.
Mm-hmm.
They're going,
Yeah.
oh, by the way, this is My Wish for You, Rascal Flatts. Here's their
Mm-hmm.
website, blah, 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 blah. So you don't have an intent to steal somebody's money.
Right. And you know what? I just happened to think of that. And every time I have shared a video that's not mine, I have turned the monetization off.
Yeah.
So I've forgotten about that. So I do feel better as far as that goes.
But the
So
worst thing that could
here-
happen if you turned it on, the worst thing that could happen if you turned it on, right,
Mhm.
is that someone else says, hey, listen, I deserve that money. But they wouldn't take the video off. You still get to use the video.
I'm so grateful for the exposure.
Yeah.
I mean, and
But
people are
great
watching
question.
my
Matt,
other videos.
Matt, were you saying something?
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, Lisa Marie, you definitely should monetize the video.
Oh,
And I'll tell you why. Like if I see a future with YouTube, AI is really going to help with this in the future, but YouTube needs to come up with some type of copyright system that allows us to share content without there being 100% of the revenue going to one place. I foresee a future with YouTube, and this will go for music, this will go for movie clips, a lot of shit in the future, you guys, where they will figure out the certain amount of time and monetize certain things and do a revenue split with these companies. And the only reason they're not doing it yet is because there's a billion videos that get watched today, and it's downright impossible for a human being to go over all those, and the algorithm's not necessarily at the level that it needs to be to go through and go
Right.
this or that. That's why they have the system in place that they do, right? Like where you can choose if something was copyrighted. And one of the things that you're going to run into, believe it or not, on YouTube, that's a huge problem still, is you might monetize that video and someone will copyright strike it that has no rights to the video whatsoever. Believe it or not, there's people that copyright strike to steal the money from videos that they have no ownership of, right?
Oh, wow.
Trying to get the monetization from it because they maybe uploaded it first on YouTube, but they don't really own the rights to the video. It's more like in that middle ground, right? Like the video that you posted, for instance. The video that you posted, for instance, was seemed like someone recording something on a vacation that was really funny. The odds of somebody uploading that and then monetizing that and making that content for their channel, odds are someone just saw a funny moment, recorded it, and that's what I said in chat. It's more like America's Funniest Home Videos. There's channels that exist, you guys, like Junkin Media, what my dad said,
Right.
that are like America's Funniest Home Videos. They curate content and people subscribe to these channels for funny curated content. So their
Like
goal
that
is to go out
show.
and find the best of the best stuff and then do revenue splits with people like my dad and then put that content in front of them. Now, YouTube wants to eliminate these Junkin media companies. They don't want them to exist. So the goal in the future with artificial intelligence would be, okay, if Lisa Marie used the song My Wish by Rascal Flatts 30 seconds in her video, in that 30 seconds of the video, if the video's a minute, now half the revenue is going to go to Rascal Flatts or whoever owns that song, right? Because you used it for 30 seconds of the video. Right now, all of the revenue, even if it was a 3-hour video, would go to Rascal Flatts. That doesn't work because then no one's going to use your music. No one's going to do anything like that, right?
Right.
And I think as AI and people start creating stuff, there will be more of a revenue split with people allowing you to use certain things. So
I'm gonna go switch that right now. That makes me
but
feel
yeah, and then also on an even bigger note, if the person that does own the video copyright claims the video, now they're going to get the revenue for you uploading their video, which is not a bad thing.
Right.
Because like my
Right.
dad said, you're still getting exposure from the video, or you're saying that you're still getting exposure,
Mm-hmm.
and it's growing your channel, and you're doing these things. The
Mm-hmm.
only thing I would say that might be an issue is when the YouTube algorithm sees a video like this that goes viral on your channel, it's going to start to lean in that direction and try to push more of that content. So it would, believe it or not, it would actually be in your best interest right now to go curate more content similarly to that as fast as possible, maybe 2 or 3 shorts, and
No,
continue to feed the
that's where
algorithm as it's giving you views.
yeah, that's where I
Um,
am. Which direction do I go? Because I feel
that's
like
the
it's
direction
a
I would go
pivotal.
in because truth be told, I think when it comes to copyright laws, content theft, all of these different things, it comes down to a couple of laws, right? Like or I shouldn't say a couple of laws, a couple of situations, right? Like if you wanted to go out of your way to make something that was better than like the last, and I've said this, and this will exist with AI, but if you wanted to make a better Star Wars movie than the last 3 Star Wars movies, you can't, right? Even if you made it today with AI and uploaded it, got 5 million views, got nominated for Oscars, all this shit, Disney would probably still try to take you down for it. Now, I foresee a future where they go to those people instead, and there's some form of revenue split that
Uh,
happens instead. And they go, oh, here's a way for us to make money instead and let people kind of still create in our universes. It just can't exist right now because it costs too much money. But in the future, that definitely will exist. So
okay.
I think, when you're
Yeah.
doing stuff in the future and you have Buddy's Place and then you have a song on there,
Hmm.
you can do a revenue split to keep that song in there if you believe it should be there.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
and
I'm
I'm
glad
looking
I
forward to that
asked.
because there's a lot of
Yeah.
music that I want to use that I'd love
Hmm.
to do a revenue split for, but I know if I put it in my content immediately, then it would get flagged and I'd make no money for the content and they'd make all the money, even if I used 15 seconds of the song, you know what I mean, on a 30-minute video. So it's like better
Actually,
not to use it at all. So,
I feel like I'd be okay whatever happened because it wasn't mine. So
Yeah.
and also too, one last thing I'll
Stay
say.
stay in that stay in that place of I'm so happy and grateful that the money that I need to make Buddy Place happen comes from my YouTube channel.
right, right.
I imagine this.
I have too.
I imagine,
Mhm.
getting views and income from YouTube. And if I decided to put up this video and it worked, it's like, I know Matt and I, we go back and forth sometimes, so, when I said that I was going to start putting videos on my channel and Matt right away, I said, wow, I put a different end on that trading video. It just said, we are traders. And I've loaded it up and Matt goes, yeah, I mean, I had a couple of people reach out to me and go, what if the person that created that video? And I was going, if someone says that I got to take it down, I'll take it down.
Right, right, right.
But
Yeah.
now it's my number one viewed video. And I think when people watch that video, they either hate it or they love it. I really like content where you're building your audience from people that we're the hunters. And I can see where the other 3 personality trait goes, that's bullshit, you know, but it's the same people that love Wall Street when Gecko is standing on the beach and he's saying, money never sleeps. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Wake
Yeah.
up, money never sleeps. And people go, greed is good. Greed is good. And people are like, fuck you. I don't like that. And I'd rather have a bunch of people that are, yeah, I'm gonna learn this skill and I'm gonna eat what I hunt and I'm gonna go through all the diversity and everything that's out there and I'm gonna make that happen. Because that's sort of the way it is with YouTube.
Mhm.
You have the people that are monetizing YouTube and kicking ass, and then you got the other people that complain about the people that are making too much money on YouTube.
Yeah. Well, I'm not making too much yet, so don't worry about that.
Yeah.
And
That's
my
what I was gonna
first
say,
deposit.
Lisa Marie.
Oh,
Shorts are not built to be a revenue stream. They're more built to be a place to get views and subscribers.
okay.
Like the truth is even monetized, even if you were getting 1 million, 2 million hits per short that you were uploading, you'd still not be making anywhere near as much money as somebody that just was
Right.
uploading videos. So
I have noticed that already because I
it'll
mean
be
it
like
took
30
me
cents or a dollar or something like that.
right. In fact, they projected like I think it was $50 for this month. So the 167 was all prior to that video.
Right.
So
And Lisa, I can show you. You've seen my revenue when I made 100. You know what I mean? And when I
yeah,
made 50.
yeah,
And
yeah.
it's fun to, the last time I looked at it, I think it was yesterday or today, and to see, whoa, we went over 23,000. I think it was the end of last year that I talked about we went over 12,000.
Well, I can remember when you were just at 7,200. I mean,
Right.
that was this year. That was not that long ago.
It wasn't. It
Yeah.
wasn't. So
So if you can do it, we
proud of
can.
you. I'm proud of you,
Uh,
Lisa Marie.
uh,
I'm proud of you.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I apologize for taking so much time, but
Let's take that back.
I take it back. I
Good.
deserve your time.
You
I do.
deserve my time. Yeah, you
And I
do.
love you so much.
Love
Thank
you.
you.
I love you. I love you. 25 is going to be a great year.
Yes. Thanks, guys.
Okay. Craig.
All right, Lisa Marie, thank you so much. And yes, everybody who participates deserves the time. So bless you and thank you very much. All right. And just to let everybody know, there are a lot of links that are being shared in both chats. So please, we're keeping track of all of those, and
Thank you, Craig.
you'll be able to get those at the post.
Everybody say thank you, Craig. Thank you, Craig.
You'll be able to get those after we're done here on your YouTube and Zoom. We'll explain that later. Right now, we've got, let's see, Arthur coming up. But first, John Tier. I know you said you wanted to share, so I hope you're here. John, go ahead, open up, and please share with us.
Mr. Tier, how are you, sir?
Been incredibly busy and incredibly excited though.
Cool. Tell us what's exciting. What's going on?
Hey man, I have no rhyme for 25. You know?
Thrive in 25 or
Right.
I keep, like I said in the podcast, it's like really be alive in 25.
Okay, we'll go with that too, you know.
Yeah.
But I have resolved not to do goals, but I have resolved to focus.
Nice.
Yes, I have resolved to focus on being more grateful. Yes. Yep. Focus on becoming a master trader.
Yes.
You know, and when I say master trader, in my opinion, and again, I'm just a novice at this. However, my imagination is not. So
I'm just like Arthur. It's Arthur put that imagination in my head. It's going to be so incredible when I see myself making 10,000 a day in trading.
you know, it's interesting you say that. I have written that down right before I started back in 9/24. I wrote that down that I'm master trading. I'm making $5,000 to $10,000 a day. You know, from trading. Yes, that is my
Hercules. Yeah.
Yes, and so I believe that I believe that you can make money when the market is up and the market is down.
Yes, I now know that.
Yeah. Yes. And I'm beginning, you know, my trade knees is getting better. And I'm understanding the more concepts. I'm actually beginning to see patterns.
Neat.
And I was like, oh, that's the pattern he's talking about. Oh, okay, I can see this. And sometimes when I lose a few trades, I'm a little bit of a control freak in some of that area, you know. But I stopped trading for a few days to try and figure out, okay, what could I do differently to like win a trade? And so I always go back to my basics and start like, you know, looking at some things and trying to understand why is this happening? What did I miss? What can I see? And I think one guy said you can't really predict the market, but you can react to it.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah. And I said, you know, that's exactly right. So I'll take a few days and not trade and just really just study and just look at the market. I've even I watch when Joel will call a trade, and I'll try to see what's going on beforehand and what's going on afterwards. Now, one of the trades I thought was fascinating was that I saw it right before my eyes develop what was called the cup and handle. And I saw it dip down like this, and it came up, but the handle didn't fully form. And I was like, well, when it goes here, and then also it did an M pattern. And normally, when we're watching all the M patterns, that means the market is going down.
Okay.
And when I see the W pattern, I think about that as being a win, and the market has a tendency to go up.
Very cool.
So those are things that I begin to notice and see. I'm saying, oh, okay. Now I'm trying to study now. What do I make my entry points? How do I draw on the trading view to get my entry
I'm
point?
impressed, John. I'm really impressed. Your trade needs is better than mine. Whenever I talk to people from Hungary, they go, "I'm very sorry for my broken English." And I said, "Well, your English is better than my Hungarian."
Yeah.
I understand you. You know, it's like I understand you. You couldn't understand me if I tried to talk in Hungarian.
Yeah. And see, my imagination is that I am a master affiliate as well, and I have master affiliates in
Nice.
all 50 states.
Yes. All countries. I will have traders in all 200 countries.
Right. So that's what my focus is for 2025 is to really focus on becoming more and more deliberate about my imagination, you know, writing things out exactly the way I want it. And I'll spend, you know, twice a day, maybe 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes a night before I go to sleep, and just really become very, very deliberate about attracting exactly what I see.
I know that all of you have heard in the old days there was these things called vision boards, right? I do think it's I'm still constantly, you know, doing it. You know what I mean? And one of the things is Terry and I used to always like, you know, and still do go look at new homes, go look at, you know, cars that we would like. It's really neat to get into imagination mode, you know, to constantly um, put yourself in that situation. I'm really proud of my oldest son, Robert Hollis Jr., because they were thinking about they wanted, and this was just Christmas, right? So they were saying that their goal was to get their company doing well, and then they wanted to move in to a new home by the end of the year. And so Christmas is coming and everyone's getting their presents, and it's like, well, listen, you know, we stretched ourselves and our imagination is out there. And then right after Christmas, next to his father-in-law, they know this family that's been there forever, and all of a sudden a moving van pulled up, and they were going, "What are you doing?" And they're going, "Well, you know, all our kids are out of the house, and we just made a decision for 2025 that we're going to downgrade and move into a smaller place, me and my wife. We don't need this big of a home anymore." And they're going, "What are you going to do with it?" And they go, "Oh, we haven't even thought about it. We wanted to move out and then we'll lease it. We're thinking about leasing it, maybe do a lease option to buy." And Brandon said, "Well, my daughter and my son-in-law are looking for a place." And he goes, "Well, you vouch for them?" And he goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "You guys can have the place." So, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
on Christmas, they're going, "Well, you know, these are some of the things that didn't happen." Yeah, because your imagination can't imagine it happening in a couple of days.
Yeah.
And now
No.
all of a sudden they went and looked at the house, and then, you know, my son sent me a message. Well, I guess we're moving into a new house. It's like, and I'm going like, and see, so sometimes you got to be very careful. In my opinion, I'm bold, you know, tying God's hands. I don't have a problem calling the master imaginator God. And it's like we immediately are going, you know, this is the way I want it, right?
Good story about that. I have a
And
story
and
about that.
and instead of just like I said with Lisa Marie, it's like, what was the goal of the YouTube channel? Well, I'd like it to make enough money to support and help me build Buddy's place. then why are you into the details? So Amy's dream was to be in a new house. Maybe the thoughts were I'd like to save the money to put the down payment and buy a new home. That might not be the first step.
Robert, let me tell you. Robert, look,
So now you're just stopping all of it. You know, Lisa Marie didn't sit down and go, I want my YouTube to make enough money so I can support and build Buddy's place, but only with my personal content. See what I mean? It's like, why do we always shut all these lines of, if you would have told me how I was going to make my money and at the end of 24 and 25, and I'd say, well, Josh is going to launch a new brand called Akashics, and I'm going to get excited about it and just go after traders. That was not my freaking plan.
Right. Yeah.
It just manifested itself, and I'm going like, well, now everyone that I've been teaching to lead with money, they just lead with money. I've been telling them to do that for 37 years. And now they're like posting, hey, look it, I got profit on here. And then I got one friend that it's so funny. I call him a friend now because he's just a good guy. And he goes, but yeah, isn't it like play money? Isn't it like an illusion? Because you're trading profits in a demo account. And I go, any kind of excuse that you want to use to not do it. You can make it look like Lisa Marie, like this is not ethical. This is, against character. It's like, who's putting that shit in your head?
Robert, the thing about the demo account that I really, really love is that it is imagination in action.
It totally is.
It's imagination in
I
action.
log into my account and see $203,000, and I'm going, that's my money.
Because here's the thing. I had said, now watch this. My plan was to get the $50,000 account, grow it, and then make enough money to get the $200,000 challenge. That was my plan. God's plan was like, no, you don't need to do that. I'm going to give you an opportunity to get the $200,000 challenge,
Nice.
which is what I did. So I have the 50,000, I have the 200,000. And I was like, time is an illusion. It's just a construct, in our heads.
Totally is. I look at my account now because I learned this before, but it was funny. I don't even remember when this happened, but if I logged into TradeX Mastery right now, do you know that I'm in profit with my 50,000, my 100,000, and my 200,000?
See?
I don't even know how that happened.
Right.
It's like I just remember it all being negative.
Mm-hmm.
And it's negative, and how long is it going to take me to get out of this mess? And I made more money in the last 7 days than I have in the last 4 months. And it's like, there's only one thing that changed, and that was me.
Listen,
That's the
first time I saw one that said $1,000, I was like, oh, so that means that I can make 2,000 then.
Yes.
So
Yes.
okay. This
I'm
is
proud of you, John. I'm really proud of you. 25 is going to be a great year.
Oh, it's going to be
Then we got our master poet on here. As I thrive to be alive, I'll strive in 2005.
25 or 2005?
Oh, 2025. Did I
I
say 2005? I just immediately lost 20 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So,
see
yeah,
you doing that.
That's what I'm excited about. That's what my focus is. And, I think this Akashics is one of the best things that could have happened. I think it's such a great deal that it can really switch a lot of people's financial situations.
Yeah.
If they just took time to believe that it's possible.
See,
And then
I'm telling you guys this
learn the
too.
skills.
Josh Wagel told me in his imagination that TradeX Mastery and Akashic right now is not even a tenth of his imagination.
Wow.
So his imagination is that 24 hours a day that we will attract educators that are in every time zone.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That
And
makes sense.
so between the trade alerts and the tap to trade, those will be going on 24 hours a day.
Wow. Hey, listen, I was impressed with what's his name? I was impressed with Joe Ash. That's his name, Joe Ash, the new director of educator.
Yeah, they call him JoJo.
Jojo, yeah. I don't think I've seen anybody make that much money that fast.
I haven't.
Yeah.
But if you open your eyes just a little bit, I don't know if you guys heard this on a couple of videos. How many of you guys heard that Bill Gates is the largest shorter of stock of Tesla?
Really?
Yeah, and he won't back down his ego. So Elon Musk has called him out many, 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 many times. That man, if you're going to bet against somebody, it shouldn't be me. And so then all of a sudden, the election happens, and now everyone's got a different view of Elon Musk. And now Elon Musk is worth 4 times more than Bill Gates, and Bill Gates slid from number 3 to number 14.
Ooh.
And right now, the last time I looked, I think Jeff Bezos was at like 302, and Elon Musk right now worth is $435 billion. But how would you like to say to people, I don't know if you guys know this, I'm just playing, but Mark Cuban was a big outspoken person against Trump and Elon Musk. And so Cuban was quoted as saying that the worst thing that ever happened to social media was Elon Musk buying Twitter. And Elon Musk said, yeah, you would have bought Twitter, but you're only 43 billion short. He's going, if you tried to buy Twitter, your card would bounce. I was going like, when these billionaires are just punking each other, that's bad. But I'm with you, John. I'm with you. Me and Craig and Matt talked yesterday on the podcast, and I've never. It's been a while since I've seen the haters and the opposers actually leaning back a little bit and going, okay, this could be interesting if they pull this off. See, that's a lot different than I hate these guys and I want them to fail.
Mm-hmm.
See, even when I seen Obama get into office, the haters are going, we're going to do everything in our power to make sure that this is a one-term president. And they were wrong.
Right.
But yet you had all the opposers fighting. So now all of a sudden, you got Bernie Sanders coming out and going, so you guys want to cut all the debt, all the gross spending out of the budget of the federal government? You're preaching to the choir. This is what I've been saying since I got in office.
Mm-hmm.
So now all of a sudden you got some pretty big Democrats going, yeah, if anyone's going to get it done, I want to help this happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm going like, wow, so maybe some positive things can happen.
Yeah. Listen, you know what? Anything is possible if you have the right
I agree.
imagination.
I agree. Thank you, John. I love you,
All right.
man. Happy New Year
Love
to
you,
you.
brother. All right. Happy New Year.
Craig?
John,
Thanks, Craig.
thank you so much. Happy New Year to you. And of course, Happy New Year to everybody, because we got that coming up in a few more days.
Yes.
But first, we have Arthur Waino, and thank you, Arthur, for patiently waiting. Go ahead, Arthur, unmute, and please share with us.
Hey, Robert.
Hey, what's up?
The sky.
Yes,
I don't
it
know.
is.
I wanted to thank you for your intro. That reminded me that, I want to focus on that for 30 days with you, listening to Earl Nightingale's The Strangest Secret. The last I don't know if it's just because the new year is coming or if my reticular activating system is sending all the messages to me, but it's just saying that, you need to like refocus, laser focus, time is limited. I'm looking at like maybe it's YouTube like feeding me all these videos too, especially with
Yeah.
the Elon Musk. It's funny you bring that up because I've been watching tons of Elon Musk videos and what his vision is for the future. Like I just watched one how he spent or he just increased his GPUs on his artificial intelligence. He just
Grok.
bought, yeah, he just spent 100,000 or just increased it to 100,000 GPUs, sent a couple billion over to NVIDIA and built it out in like 8 months to have the largest AI learning system in the world right now.
Crazy. Crazy.
But yeah, it's like some of his like he's the biggest imaginator I think that's alive right now on Earth with all the different companies that he has between his Boring company, Neuralink, SpaceX,
What I heard the other
Starlink.
day that he plans on taking a tunnel from the United States to London
Yeah,
under the ocean. I'm going
yep.
like, and everybody goes, yeah, he's an idiot. Well, there's one right now that goes from the San Fernando Valley to downtown LA.
Yeah, and then once he gets
And
all
it's
of
like,
his
what?
once he gets all of his vehicles to drive better than humans, that's going to be a game changer because all the Teslas are going to be able to talk to each other and know the traffic up ahead, way up ahead, and be able to monitor traffic. So that's like the future. And I'm
Yeah,
like, wow, this guy has like a huge imagination. Like, and so like I'm like thinking, wow, it's like at myself, I'm 44 years old, and the average lifespan I heard for men is like 78. And I'm like,
right.
I don't have like 100 years. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. Time is like limited, and I need to like start focusing and getting serious about things, especially when I'm watching like videos from Michael Saylor about what's happening with like Bitcoin. And he just said that November 2034 is the year that there's only going to be 1 million Bitcoin left to mine for the next 100 years. And so that's when Bitcoin is really going to be taken off. So this is kind of like the gold rush where everybody, all these billionaires are trying to accumulate as much as
Yeah.
possible.
Well, we keep talking about, again, the concept. I love talking about this all the time because my wife, I don't know how she didn't ever hear me talk about this. But if any one of you have ever seen the arrow and the Federal Express logo,
Yeah.
okay, once someone points it out and you see it, it's like you can't see the FedEx letters anymore. It's really weird how it changes your vision, your physical vision of focusing on something else when everybody else is focused on something else. Does that make
Yeah.
sense? So
Yes.
the concept has been out there about the brain for a long time that you buy something very unique that no one else does. And then immediately they're everywhere. It's like, wait a minute, I thought I was being unique, buying this kind of car or this kind of motorcycle, this kind of color. I want to be unique. And now that's all you can see. And it really shows the power of our mind because you can be driving down the freeway knowing that the opposite side of traffic is all moving 70 and you're moving 70. And you just go, there's one. There's one. It's bizarre
It
how,
is.
because you brought that to the height of your awareness. And so when I started thinking about, I wanted to find somebody that I would resonate with. And I didn't say that I was going to tell anybody, but I'm following the same guy you are, Michael Sayer. And I'm watching every video I can find on this cat. And now I know of a trader that made $174 million trading. And all of a sudden, all this thing came to me like in a month. So I watch 60 Minutes every once in a while. I don't, I'm not a, but all of a sudden it was like I had no clue that it was on 60 Minutes, I believe. And the guy that owns XRP, Ripple, I didn't know. I heard this, but I'm not paying attention. But the FTC just turned every bit of their power against taking these guys to their frickin' knees.
Yep.
And they're saying it's a securities, it's the same as stock. You guys are running an illegal pyramid. We're going to throw you all in prison. And they just had enough money to fight it. but I didn't know that people that owned XRP that bought it as it was climbing up, I didn't even know it was in the top 5. I'm not paying attention. Why would I look at anything else, right? So then all of a sudden there's another couple of altcoins that decided to join into the lawsuit. And then all of a sudden, I forget how many it is, but it was like, they backed like 50 candidates that were pro crypto. And out of the 50 candidates that were going up for office, they got 43 of them in office. And I'm like going, and now all of a sudden it's like, well, the FTC guy already knows he's out. There now the regulations is going to I guess the CTSC. And the guy that is like the head dude of crypto compliance is he goes, oh, wait, we've already been told that the administration that comes in that any case that we have against any cryptocurrency will end immediately. End immediately. So our criteria moving forward after January 20th is that the crypto is off. And he goes, so when you get that from the highest people, and then all of a sudden we hear, of course, that one of the largest wealth gainers was Elon Musk because Tesla owns so much Bitcoin. And then all of a sudden you find all these companies out of nowhere that are just going like, yeah, we're going to accept Bitcoin. We're going to accept Bitcoin. And then I seen a video where a guy bought a coffee at Starbucks with Bitcoin. And it's like, no, this is going to be the currency. And so when all of a sudden I heard people were talking to Donald Trump about it and they changed his mind because he was anti-crypto. Now all of a sudden they're saying that they could take 20% of their gold and buy Bitcoin and that they could make $80 trillion in the next 6 years with Bitcoin because 20% of the US gold reserve is nothing. They'll still be number one. There's still people out there that believe that China has more wealth than the United States. I don't know where they're getting their research, but they're not even close, right? And so, you look at the reserves, and if we took 20% of our gold and converted it into Bitcoin and had a Bitcoin reserve, that they not only could be out of debt, but there would be no reason for the United States to ever take taxes from any American. And I'm going, so who's going to say that this plan sucks? You know what I mean? When there's other countries like El Salvador that just said, I'm not using our currency anymore. We're just going to all go to Bitcoin. So everybody in El Salvador gets paid in Bitcoin. They buy everything that they need in Bitcoin. It's like, instead of having their currency go to nothing. So I'm with you, Arthur.
Michael
still,
Saylor's, he said something to that effect. He said the country that figures this out first is going to win this game. He said if
yeah,
they can print money fiat in the fiat system because they're printing it anyway which is causing inflation. If they can print money and use that printed money to buy Bitcoin, the first country to figure that out, they're going to win because
yeah.
you're not creating inflation if you're buying Bitcoin. It's what he did with his company. His company's stock is increasing. He's
Microsystem.
borrowing against it to buy more Bitcoin.
Yeah.
To increase his holdings in Bitcoin.
When I heard his pitch, I immediately went and looked up microsystems stock, and I didn't realize it. And he said it on one of his posts. He says, yeah, everybody makes a big deal out of NVIDIA and Tesla as far as their stock. But you know what? My stock outperformed them. I was like, why isn't somebody talking about this guy? Well, that was a good plug for him.
Well, I'm just like thinking about like all this like stuff. I'm like, man, I need to like get on the ball with this stuff and start like focusing. Like I know you like when we both started trading at the same time, back in at the beginning of August, and I look at my like funded account right now and it says that I have 991 trades. So I'm like, okay, I'm like 9,000 shy of being a master, I guess. 10,000 trades.
Wow, I never thought of that. That's cool.
So, but I don't plan on having that funded account on there for too long because it doesn't have the other add-ons and it's only $100,000. So my focus right now is to pass the $200,000 challenge.
Got it.
I have two $200,000 challenges and two $100,000 challenges under my account. And then under my wife's account, I have two $200,000 challenges under
Wow.
hers. So under hers, I've built those up to 200, almost 207,000 on one, and then and then 202,000 on the other. Those were both like in the negative, just like mine. Both of mine are still in the negative. I'm at like 198,000 on one and 197,000 on the other.
Right.
But they'll, I hopefully this next week they'll be well over the 200,000. And then it's funny that you
Our focus,
commented.
yeah, our focus is the same because, my mind is right now is if I see everything moving toward, uh, where they can't make more Bitcoin,
They
then
can't.
then that definitely means the value per Bitcoin is going up. So
Yes.
so the only reason that I don't have $1 million in Bitcoin is because I don't have the disposable cash to buy it. So then I know how to get that, and that's to get to, 100,000 traders and Akashics, and that will give me the cash reserves through doing daily cost averaging to be one of the people that are way on the other side of money as this grows.
Yeah, that's my thought as well. Um, I, I was like thinking, back several months ago, you like asked me what my like vision was, and I said, well, it's to grow my fund as large as possible, because if you take a look at it, instead of like 100,000 or $200,000 trading fund account, if you're trading out of a $5 million account, you're not making these small little trades. You're making $40,000 trades every single trade. So
Right.
you're making $200,000 a day, $1 million a week at that point. And if you keep growing it at that pace, the amount you're trading per trade is just going to increase because the percentages are going to be staying the same. And I posted like in Telegram, not even knowing you were going to even talk about your trading account, how far away you are from passing your phase one. I said, if you make $300 per trade, you're 56 trades away from passing your phase one. And that means that you're taking 3 tap to trades a day where you're making $300 from Joel. I noticed that you're using 2 lots on a lot of your trades, your tap to trades that you're taking. If gold only moves,
Don't confuse me right now because I'm just pressing approve.
yeah, but if you're using 2 lots, gold only needs to move $2 in the positive direction in your favor, and you're at $400. So if gold moves $200 and you close it out like you have been doing, then you're making $400 each trade. So you'll be past your phase one in less than 20 days. So
So did you just say everything good?
yes,
Okay, good. No, I'm leaning on, I see that, Coach Bob put here. There's a term that I learned from Warren Buffett: when in doubt, zoom out. So what keeps the majority of the people away from Bitcoin is its volatility. So if you're watching it on a day-to-day basis, or you're even watching it by a year, Bitcoin will scare the shit out of you. All you got to do is zoom out a year, 5 years, and go, if I invested money in Bitcoin 5 years ago, where would it be? Then
I
do
posted a
something.
video of this
Yeah.
yesterday.
Then
The guy celebrating the Bitcoin hitting $100. He said, "This is unbelievable" in 2013, and then he posted another video of Bitcoin hitting $100,000, and they're both playing at the same time.
right. So you can usually do this with any company that's still in business. Are there some companies that have lost? Hell yeah. But if you go back, I went back 5 years for Micro Systems, and I haven't even heard of that stock. And in the last 5 years, they've only increased 2,100%, exactly like NVIDIA. So 5 years, 2,100% on your money. I mean, that is just like crazy stuff. So that's what you got to do. You got to Coach Bob, you just cannot look at the going up and down. If you look at any stock, anything on a day to day, it'll make you sell. It will make you sell. Bottom line. So you got people in there that are putting money in and then they're selling and then they're putting money in, they're selling. And there's people that are master day traders that are manipulating the stock that will scare the shit out of the masses. And they do it. They do it on purpose. They know, oh my God, Bitcoin went to 95, then 97, and then 99. It's going to go to 100. And then all of a sudden it's 101, 12, 15, 14, 18. And people go, it's going to a half a million dollars. I'm buying it. And then all the people that pumped it up sold it, and it went back down to 92, 93. It's like, oh my God, I lost $10,000 in coin. And then you start pulling it out, and when you start pulling it out, it goes down. They all took the 10,000 spread that they made per coin. They're now all buying at 92, 93 again. And then you go, oh my God, I'm losing my mind. It's going back up. And so, Bob, if you really look at people, and it's the same with real estate. The only way that you should be investing in anything is if you can afford to lose it. But everything that I know that's investment is long term. It's always, always, always long term. Definition of long term, over 10 years. Over 10 years. So pick anything that I've told you about, including, if I looked right now what Microsystems or NVIDIA stock was 10 years ago. Holy crap. These are the stories that everyone hates to hear. It's like, what do you mean if I put $100 in, it would be like 350,000 right now?
Yeah, people a lot of people don't understand what Bitcoin is. I mean, they think, oh, it's like fake money or whatever. But there's a limited
Everything
supply.
is perception.
Yeah, it's a limited supply, but Bitcoin really is.
Everything in the world is perception. You guys want to
Bitcoin-
talk about real estate? Listen, here's this thing that's been said about real estate since there was real estate. They're not making any more of it. But then I hear people like Michael Sayer, and he's going, listen, I'm old enough where I've lost my ass on real estate 3 times.
Mm.
And so all the people that are pumping real estate right now haven't had that loss yet. It's like, but when you hear people that have a lot of money, why didn't anyone really listen? For people that are not Elon Musk fans, just think to yourself that when he said, well, I'm going to take a lot of profits from Tesla and just buy a bunch of Bitcoin. I want to be the first car manufacturer to be able to get people to buy Teslas with Bitcoin. Everybody's going, you're an idiot. They're not, you might not like him, but he's not a fucking idiot.
Nope. He's really, really smart. He's, I was watching interviews of him talking about how he grew up and stuff, and he read the entire encyclopedia when he was 9 or 10. Because he was bored and didn't find his mind he thinks of it, he has all these different ideas in his mind constantly going off all the time of different things that he's thinking about.
Right.
But back onto Bitcoin is it's a digital asset. It's a technology. It's not fake. It's a technology.
People used to, the only thing that will make anything fail is when there's a group of people that don't believe in it. And so if you ever see anything in marketing, I learned this 37 years ago, and it's called the bell curve. And it's I think Craig could, or my son could figure this out, but it's the first person that came up with any idea. Everyone says you're an idiot. Then it goes from the next stage to more people learning about it. And then it really, really has a lot of resistance. The third step is violently opposed. And so what people have said, what governments and people that are multimillionaires and billionaires and banks, when all of a sudden they were unbanking people. I did not know this was happening.
Yeah, it was.
People that were highly invested in Bitcoin, all the banks called each other and said, listen, we're just going to make sure that Arthur can never, ever get an account with a normal bank. We're going to blacklist him. That's called violently opposing. So when they tried to take Ripple to their knees and try to put the people that started Ripple in prison, they're trying to get them like they did FXX guy. You know what I mean? It's like they looked at Bernie Madoff. Hey, all this is this. You know what I mean? And no, it's not. No, it's not. So now after all the violently opposed, now all of a sudden that bell curve, and I know it probably has changed. Maybe AI, Matt could do this, but it used to be 10%. That when you had over 10% of any group that now had it, that's when it goes into vertical. Because now it's like, oh, like everyone I know that I respect's got an Apple phone. They all got Apple Watches. It's like, so these are the people that said for 5-6 years that it was stupid, that they're never going to do it. And now you're the only person in the group that looks like you're left out. So I don't remember if I did go on AI, but I think if someone AI'd it really quick, I think as far as America, I think they said that there's like 12 or 15% of people in America own Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And so that's now where it's getting to the mass momentum. It's like now you're sitting around watching people buy stuff with Bitcoin. You're sitting down with a group of people and people go, I got it. I made $4,000 today on Bitcoin. I'll take care of the dinner. And it's like, what are you talking about? And the person comes up and they see the Bitcoin on your card and you give it to the waitress and the waitress comes back and says, thank you very much. And you put a tip on it. And it's like, shit, I didn't even know when that happened.
Yeah. I can see it.
I believe a lot of cash apps are that way too. When I was talking to Kyle, my youngest son, and it's like all these people that are trying to destroy banks now, they're not trying to destroy banks. They just got a better service. But when you start seeing the way that Robinhood has been, marketing to me and the way that Cash App's been marketing to me, and it's like, hey, why don't you move hunks of your money over here and we'll pay you 5% on your money instead of nothing? And then when I got paid money from TradeX Mastery for promoting TradeX Mastery, and that it went into my Cash App, I'm not spending that money. So if you guys think about it, my first payout from TradeX Mastery was in the first couple of weeks of August, right? And so I've watched it come in and be at 92, 93. And I log into my Cash App and there's like this straight up arrow. I'm going like, this is good. And then, NVIDIA's already been, I think it was May, the end of May. I know. But it was at the end of May is when NVIDIA, Hannah talked me into getting, or inspired me. Let me put it that way. She inspired me to get NVIDIA stock, and so now all of a sudden I'm like, I look at my NVIDIA stock and I'm going like, wow, in the last year to date, it's only gone up 177%. And that's like, I know there was some people on here that heard that I was going to do it, and then all of a sudden it's like, so there's one thing that I always wanted to do, and that was daily cost averaging. I still say this to this day, Arthur. If I could go back in time, what would I tell my 18-year-old self? Would be daily cost averaging. I heard this one talk from Warren Buffett, and this is how he talked people into buying stock. I think we covered this. And he'd say, hey, Arthur, is there anything that you currently use in your day-to-day life that you use and you actually like it? Like what? I don't know. Do you shampoo your hair? Do you use soap? Yeah. Look on the back. Company like probably Procter and Gamble make that stuff. Buy some shares of stock. What kind of car do you have? And he would just, what are your appliances? Do you like the appliances that you have in your kitchen? I do. You like your furniture? Yeah. So this is all the stuff that you would tell other people to buy, but you don't own stock in it. When I heard that, I was going like, oh, so you're actually betting on companies of the stuff that you're actually using? And then the daily cost averaging is like the richest man in Babylon is why aren't you taking 10% of every bit of your check and investing in those stocks that you believe in? And so my mind goes, ugh, maybe my worst year, even when I was in high school, I worked in the oil field and I made 30 grand a year. This was in the 80s. Is that crazy? I'm going, $3,000 in stock back then. What did I love the most? I don't know, probably Chevy, putting Corvette motors in Vegas. And so I'm thinking $3,000 a month in Chevy General Motors stock 50 years ago. It's like what? So you divide 3,000 into 10 months and it's like, Robert, would you borrow me $300? Yeah. $300 is fucking nothing to me. Here you go. So that's one thing that I would change because my life would probably have been a little different if money was never an issue. Probably would have made some smarter decisions.
Yeah.
If I wasn't fighting for the paycheck.
In hindsight, though, it's easy to look at that, and it's the choices that we have now to change what our future holds, and that's like
Right.
what I think about right now. It's like, I need to not do the same things that I have been doing over the last 10 years, and really this next 10 years, I'll be 54 in 2034. How are things going to look then? I
Right.
mean, how are things going to look when I'm your age? I probably the best advantage that I have over you right now is my age, is that I have
Totally.
time. I have 20 more
Totally.
years to get to your spot. And so
And that's honestly the best thing that you can do as a mentor is I look at where Matt is, and I still say this, and I mean it. I mean it. He'll be 33 next Friday, and I'm going like, my imagination was not even close to the life that him and Hannah have. That's one of the things they always say. They always say that, the magic of thinking big. My imagination was so limited at 30, 33. Very limited. I was competitive and I wanted to make money. But I was always playing in too small of a fishbowl, if you know what I mean. It was like, making 30, $40,000 a month was a big frickin' deal in my 30s. Big. I was dreaming too small. I was way too small of a thinker. So if I just did it in my 30s, the daily cost averaging, I was talking about 18, but so 20, so what is that, 13, another 20 years?
yeah.
If I could have did daily cost averaging in my 30s.
So everybody start now.
Yeah, yeah. So it is really, really cool because when someone sits down with you and says, so how you doing? It's great, great. It's like, well, have you heard of NVIDIA? Yeah, I'm pretty blessed. It's like, what do you mean? Well, I think the last time I looked, I got like, I don't know, 21,000 shares in NVIDIA stock. And people go, I'm just done talking to you. It's like mentally in their mind, they're going, well, when did you start buying it? See, there's only two questions. How many shares you have and when did you buy it? That's all they want to know
Yeah.
because they can figure out in 1 second your net worth. Because if someone says they have 21,000 shares and you go, oh, really? When did you buy it? Yesterday. Well, I wish I had that kind of money to buy 21,000 shares. No, I bought the 21,000 shares 5 years ago. And so, Arthur, I love your imagination because whenever you're not really locked into your imagination and doing your mind hacks, you'll take the very thing that you love and you start turning it into work.
Yeah.
And when you turn it into work and just financial money, it loses its magic. It loses its little flair. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And you, in my opinion, you did exactly what you set your imagination out to do: is A, pass the challenges, 2, pull money out, and then 3, get the top of TradeX mastery.
Which I'm still there.
Yeah. Then you added a 4th, but I don't think the 4th was part of your imagination. Your 4th was, well, I'm going to stay up here. That was
No, it
not
wasn't.
that was not part of your master plan.
No. I mean,
So, so now it changes the way you do things.
yeah, and I plan on taking all that money out once I pass my $200,000 challenge. So there will be a period of time where I'm not on the leaderboard at all.
But you already accomplished that goal.
Yes.
My goal right now in MDC is not to be a super affiliate. It's to
Right.
be a master affiliate.
Right.
So, got the when I first got involved in this company, they used to have a leaderboard for all the positions. And I put Hollis organization there. I put 1, and I actually used Canva to make it look like if I went to that page, that Hollis organization was 1 over the other super affiliates. And I knocked that out. And then as soon as I knocked that out, it was like, well, I'd like to do more volume than the rest of them. So when they put plaques out every year, you know what I mean? I wanted to hit the 7-figure, and then I wanted to hit the mega. And I was going like, so then I got plaques for being number 1 in volume, and then I got the $1 million plaque, and then I got the mega million plaque. And now it's like, that's where you guys are seeing the difference in me. It's like,
Yeah.
I knew, and guess what? The time was, it's like, all I need to do is hit mega million before the convention. Why wasn't it mega million in my first 2 years? It's funny how we sort of go back and go, could I have done it in 2 years? Yeah, I could have done it in 2 years. Why do you wait 6.5 years? Why do you wait 6.5 years?
Well, that's what Elon Musk says. He said, take a task that you have a goal of 3 years, compress it down, and get it done in a month, and
Yeah.
you'll see how much you can get done.
Yeah.
Something
So
like
I know
that.
that. So just like you hacking your mind and reducing to the ridiculous, it's like, because I know one of the ones that you have on a personal level is, what if I didn't have to do anything else? What if I didn't have to do all the appointments, drive to all the homes, and do all this other stuff? What if I didn't have to do that other stuff? And that's right now from me to you, because I look at you as a family member and a friend. That's the imagination you got to have, where you go, and I tell people it's got to be 3 months. You have to make 3 months consecutive of payouts that you pulled out of TradeX Mastery. You need it consistent for 3 months, and then you walk away. And you're probably conservative enough where you go, well, I'd rather have like 6 months in savings.
I do.
See, it's like when you understand how people imagine and think, it's like, what's this magic protection line? You know what I mean? I gotta
Yes.
my nut with everything is 8,200. So 8 times 6. I need 50 grand. I need 50
Yeah.
grand.
Yeah, I had that. I did that exactly. I had that number in my head. I'm like, I need 60,000. I'll have 60,000 in there, then I'll be fine. And then
So yeah, because if we don't do that imagination in our head, for those of you guys that have been listening this entire time, let me tell you what you do. I'll tell every one of you how good your imagination is. You ready? I know what I need to get by. These are the minimum payments I need to make on my credit cards. This is my rent. This is my utilities, whatever that number is. If you notice a majority of your life, you rarely miss it. So let's say your nut was $5,000 a month. You need to make $5,000 a month. You always make 49 something. You always make 48 something. So that means that you're slowly going in debt on your credit card because you're moving shit around, right? You're just moving money, rob Peter to pay Paul kind of thing, right? And every one of you have done this. Every one of you have done this until you all of a sudden see your credit score go down. And the major reason your credit score went down is because now you have over 30% of the money that you have on your credit cards, you went too high. So now you're 40, 50, 60%. And watch what you do. You go, I'm thinking about getting into a new home, a new apartment. Maybe I'm going to get a nicer car. My credit sucks. And all of a sudden, you find a way to go onto a budget, find ways to make extra money to pay the credit cards down. Wait a minute. You had this imaginator skill your whole fucking life. Every one of you, if you need to make a little extra money, it's like, oh my God, I'd like to take Sue on a vacation to Europe, but I don't want her to pay for it all. I need to figure out a way to get an extra $7,000. And poof. You know, it's just like magic. You start pulling shit out of the universe because it's like, nah, this is not acceptable anymore. All you did was raise your standards.
Yep.
Just raise your standards a little bit. And you put your head down, you made it happen. You pulled out, like John Tier said, the magnifying glass, you focused, and you knock it out. You stop buying stuff that's not necessary. You know what I mean? You slim your budget down. I'll make my coffee from Folgers. You know what I mean? I won't buy through Starbucks. And you just start changing shit, and you can make that extra money so damn fast. And then we take a breath, and we then turn our maximums into our minimums again. And usually where we get spanked pretty hard is all of a sudden when an opportunity arises, right? Where all of a sudden someone is going, well, I'm getting a new car and I got to sell this outright. You know, if you give me Blue Book for it, 1,000 under, and you're going, damn, that car's got like 10,000 miles on it. And it Blue Books for 28,000. You said you'd give it to me for 25. Yeah. I don't have the money. See, those should be little signs for you.
Yeah.
that there's opportunities out there, but you wasn't paying attention. You wouldn't do that little raising of the bar and standards, and every one of us can talk to more people. It's like, I don't give a shit how good you are. We always can getting a different frequency, a different vibration, and reach out to more people. Always, 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 always. So my thought was I could spend all my time talking to people, or I could have an imagination of having 100,000 people on my YouTube channel. And then now I've already upped it. I know in a blink of an eye, the little vision imagination that Craig and Matt and I all had is like, listen, this is what we're going to do. And Matt said, I think we could hit 100,000 before your birthday. And now we're watching 1,500, 2,000 subscribers coming in a day. We're like, shit, that's going to happen before your birthday. So I'm already going, 100,000 bullshit. I need 1 million. I need 1 million active subscribers.
Yeah.
So great, Arthur. I always love having conversations with you. Anything else?
Me too. Yeah, I just wanted to say that I put to use the GPT bot that Matt created for Joel Areas,
Cool.
the trading bot. Now when people like inbox me on Telegram to ask me how do you do Joel's trades, I send them that. For example, one of your Poland people reached out to me the other day. They said, I speak English, but 20 people on my team don't. How are they going to learn from Joel to trade? And I sent them the bot, and I said, this bot will speak your language. You can ask it anything you want. It's been trained on all of Joel's videos. And he said, thank you very much.
Yeah. Yeah, we believe it or not, the Polish team is growing so fast. Tomas hit over 100K 3 months in a row. Oh my
That's
God.
awesome.
Yeah.
And the thing about the bot, though, too, is that as you continue to grow in like all these different countries that speak different languages, the bot can be used for all these different people, people in the different countries, because it's going to know their language and it's going to be able to talk to them. So,
My God, I got to get on a video for that, don't I? Why am I being so lazy?
Matt, you took that out of my head. I was just going to
It's
say,
funny. If I showed you guys my
Craig and Matt,
schedule.
write a list on your deal that I have to do a video for the
No,
team.
I've just moved it up in the schedule of videos I'm shooting.
so now I just say this bot knows more than me. This bot knows everything that it's been trained on every video that Joel has put out. So
But here's the other thing. It's when you're building groups all over the world like I am right now, the biggest holdback is time zones. The biggest holdback. So, there's only this small little window when I can do a call with my Nigerian and Hungarian group. It's 11 noon my time is the only time that I can do that. And it's already supper time for them. It's already 6, 7 o'clock at night for them. So in a blink of an eye, it's too late for them. And then when they get up the next morning, it's 3 a.m. for me. I'm sleeping. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's the biggest place that I see. Thank you for bringing that up, Arthur. It's really, really cool. It's like go take your language and type it in the chat bot.
Well, I've even tested out the bot on things that Joel doesn't talk about. Like I asked it about, tell me about Elliott waves. Joel doesn't talk about Elliott waves. And it came back and it spit back information on it. I said,
wow.
Explain this further. Like, I don't understand
It's still built on ChatGPT 4.0. So it still also has the knowledge base of all of ChatGPT. It's just built specifically for the niche that we want to use it for. So believe it or not, guys, if you went into TradeStars GPT right now and said, how do I make creme brulee? It would teach you how to make creme brulee, even though it's not supposed to be for that. But yeah, definitely. I'll get to work on a video on that, you guys. So over the weekend.
I was like thinking, I was like, okay. Then when he sent me that message, I was like, okay, the easiest thing to do is just to talk to the chat GPT because it knows every language there is, and it also knows trading. So yeah, ask it.
Way to go, Arthur. Way to go. Yeah, I just really, really know 2025 is just going to be I think that a lot of people are going to just shift their mentality more to, I always see this in my life where certain years, we talked about this on the podcast yesterday too. It's like there's certain years that I've been alive where I get this feeling that a lot of people are just saying, I'm tired of the minutia. I'm tired of this shit. And if it's to be, it's up to me. And when people make that mental shift, now they're imagining, how can I make my life better? And that's when they find you. So that's what I felt. That's what I felt about 7, 8 months ago, that if someone starts searching on the internet for a network marketer, an affiliate marketer, a super affiliate marketer, Akashics, trading, they're going to go, who is this guy with, 500,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel? That's my imagination. And now I didn't realize how much it would take to get above everybody that I'm out there. I didn't have a clue. I think Craig sent me a screenshot this morning. And in the last 28 days, there's 51,000 new subscribers that have been added to my YouTube channel. And we were just talking not even a couple of months ago. Holy crap, there's like 20,000 new subscribers that came to our channel. And so, I imagine when that number will be 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, 400,000. And I didn't realize, you guys, how much cred that is. Man, you guys talk about these words that, a few of you guys know what I'm talking about, street cred. You know what I mean? And it's like, man, I reach out to people right now and they go, "How's it going?" I said, "Wow, I just went over 78,000 YouTube subscribers." What the fuck? It's just like, because mentally, all of them have made an attempt to build a YouTube channel.
I didn't even know how many they have, or if that was even big. I don't know. Because I
Yeah.
look at like some of these channels and they have like millions.
Yeah. If you went out there and looked at, now just bring up names. Like right now, we're growing so fast. Let's say that you went to uh, a company, a corporation, pick out a corporation that's in what we're doing. And so if that was MDC, and you go, "Well, I'm going to go to MDC's YouTube channel, and it's got 24,000 subscribers, and I have 78,000." And so I started looking at other companies that are big in the network marketing space. So then someone would say, and I've had people say this, but YouTube, I don't think that YouTube's that significant. And I go, it's the second largest visited website in the world.
It's also the second largest social media network behind Facebook, and it's eventually going to beat Facebook. So that's another thing to keep in mind, is that it's not just like the second biggest search engine, the number one most watched,
Right.
hands down. But for making channels and stuff, it's now slowly but surely going to surpass Facebook as far as new members go. So
And Matt,
YouTube is exponentially growing.
yeah,
So
Matt, Kyle told me this too. Kyle said there's only two things that YouTube will do. He believes this will do in the future, and it immediately will just destroy Twitch and Kick. He goes, just like that. He said, if you ever talk to any person that does streaming, every one of them says the same thing. If YouTube did this and this, I'm leaving. And they won't do that. And so I don't know if they're
there's people that stream on YouTube. This is gonna blow your guys' minds, right? There's people that stream on Twitch and YouTube both at the same time. They like stream games, right? And they're VODs, so they're video on demand. So say they play a game like Skyrim or something like that, right? And they're playing through this game. And then they spend 3 hours playing it, and then that turns into a VOD, a video people can watch that's not live. Everywhere on Twitch, this is like non-existent. No one watches this stuff. But believe it or not, these people that make these videos, they do them live and they make money live. And then they turn into videos that then the YouTube algorithm promotes that are 3 hours, 4 hours long, because these are long streams of people playing games. 4 hours is a long time to watch, but these people do, and they put ads so much through that 4 hours that this dude pulled up his video and he's like, here's an example. I played 4 hours of this game. Here's the VOD. The VOD got 1 million views, right? Because it's a big creator. And he showed the revenue from it. It was only 60,000.
From
You
one
know,
video.
So
You-
from
you know,
one video.
Arthur-
So he kept showing video after video.
Yeah.
$60,000 in revenue, $80,000 in
Matt,
revenue.
Matt brought
It's
that up,
nuts.
Arthur, because this I was saying I think we should get off this. It's almost 3:30. I'm telling you right now, that video that I did watching my trade, I'm still telling you this, Arthur. And when the time's ready, the time's ready. If you just went live and said, "Hey, everybody, this is what I do at this time. These are the times that I trade. So what you now need to do is you're just watching me and my screen as I'm trading." I'm telling you,
And
nobody,
yeah.
nobody on the planet could stop you from achieving anything you want.
I was gonna say, people don't want to stream. I've been learning a lot more about streaming, trying it myself and doing some of this stuff. Believe it or not, like, has anyone here ever, God, there's multiple different ways to explain this, but I'll try to think of the easiest. But it's like if you were doing a monologue, or say you were, what is that? Maybe Craig will know this, but the voiceover for like what's happening, right? You're basically explaining what's happening in front of you, right?
Like the God voice or the overview voice, right?
Yeah, basically like that. There's a specific word for it. Maybe someone in chat
Narrator.
will say it.
The
Narrator.
That was
Similar.
Murray. That
Yeah,
was
like you're
Murray.
narrating your
Yeah,
life,
narrator.
right? Imagine if there was someone behind you narrating everything that you're doing. Matt's making a sandwich right now. He takes the knife out and he does this or that. People assume how in the hell am I going to fill the time? I don't want dead silence. I hate sitting on lives and having dead silence, right? It's horrifying to a lot of people. They don't understand that if you just narrate what you're doing, that's all really that you need to do. And then if you want to add jokes in there and do different things, if you're cutting down a tree, here's how I'm cutting down a tree. Now, this is a blah, blah, blah saw. Here's how I use the
Right.
saw, blah, blah, blah. And so, like, if you were going to do a trading video and you're going, how the hell am I going to do this video? Just narrate what you're doing, right? 'Cause
That's what
that
I
is
did on that
interesting to
video,
people.
Arthur.
That's what I
And
was going to point to. So,
I had 5 people reach out to me, including Joel. He just said that is the hottest video I've ever seen. And it was just me coming up with thoughts while you're watching numbers go up and down.
Yeah, and just let yourself be more free. That's something that exists the more you do it. So the more that you do it, and my dad's incredibly comfortable in front of the camera and stuff. So since that's the case, the more you do it, the more you'll feel okay with making a joke here or there, or saying this or that on top of what you were explaining.
Right.
Or sharing. And that's how you get to like Joel's space or my dad's space, where you can sit in front of the camera and make jokes about what you're doing or whatever it may be. Those guys have done it a decent amount. So
Well, he
Right.
made that entire video without showing his face. You know, he's just recording his phone and
yeah,
talking.
you don't need it. You
And
don't need
that
your face.
video has over 3,500 views, and that he only did that 2 days ago.
That's crazy. Yeah.
The
One-
trading one, yeah.
Yeah, one of the things that is really powerful about that too, Arthur, is like you said, you don't have to see your face or anything. But if you're just talking through it, I remember Evan Carmichael. You guys remember when I first reached out to him? There was only a couple things that I needed to hear from him to go into action. And he was saying, don't teach people anything. Let them watch you do the process. And now I'm going, how can you have 100,000 people watching someone play a video game? See, they're thinking in their mind, but what they're doing is instead of thinking, they're talking. Oh my God, look at this asshole. You know what I mean?
Don't go that way.
Yeah, it's like, well, why won't these guys listen to me? So, you know what I mean? It's like, listen, you got to get over there, you know? So you're just hearing this commentator voice, narrator, thank you, Lisa Marie, where if you just can go into that mode, and if you just talk from your heart, so it's like, hey, this is Arthur, we're going to do some trades today. Be brutally honest with you, it was hard getting up when the alarm clock went off today. I'm sort of tired, but successful people do what unsuccessful people don't. So let's look at the charts. I see these were what the top the trades are, or this is what the trade alerts are. So let me go in, click on here, change this, change that. And the only different when you did that video showing people how to do trade alerts is if you would have just followed it going all the way through. Now, here's the deal. You could even, when you quit, you quit. You go, believe it or not, a lot of people think I've watched a trade all day. But what I'm going to do is right now I'm stepping away, and I'll come back and I'll let you guys know when I'm coming back. Got to go take a shower. I got some appointments to go on to, and then I'm going to come back and check this from, my phone. You know what I mean? And it's like, so now they just see, they know that you trade on all different time zones, but that's when you train your audience. See what I mean? It's like, Arthur wakes up at 2:45. I mean, my time it's 3 in the afternoon, so it's 3:45. This is when Arthur normally comes on. You know what I mean? And you'll build an audience that, like, when my wife doesn't post her thought of the day, her vibration of the day, she gets like 30, 40 messages. Are you okay? Is everything all right? You know what I mean? There wasn't a vibe for the day, Because now you don't think that anyone's watching them because they don't like them, they don't heart up on them, they don't share them, they don't comment on them until you stop doing it.
Yeah, I get people that, on Facebook, the only way I know that people like are watching my account is because it doesn't say their name on there. It says someone viewed your story.
Right.
Or it says 6 people viewed your story, but if they were friends of mine, it would show their names. It would list their names on the story. So they're not friends of mine. They're not connected with me. So I don't even know who they are, but they're watching my stories.
The I'm not exaggerating, you guys. The last 10 people I've signed up in Kashyyyks told me to my face that they were stalkers. Hey, listen, can you send me a link? I want to get started with the Kashyyyks. And I said, well, listen, make sure that you get TradeX Mastery first. Here's the link, put your email in. And as soon as I see as soon as I see you in TradeX Mastery, in my back office as a referral, I'll send you the Akashic link. And then I send it to them. And then all of a sudden they go, well, can I jump on a Zoom with you? I go, sure. I'll get an email when you buy Akashics. I'd love to jump on there with you. And then the very first thing they say is they go, well, I feel a little guilty. And I go, why? And they go, well, I've been watching your videos for the last 5 months. That's someone that's already made a decision, Arthur.
Yes.
They're like, listen, I like him. He's funny. He's got these funny kitty jokes, whatever. You know what I mean? It's like, and the more you can be you and come from your heart, you're going to attract an audience, and then they want to become a part of what you're doing.
Got it. I'll start doing that. VidIQ said I had 500 views on my YouTube channel. I think I only have like 6 videos on there, but the one that
Wow.
got the most is the Joel interview that he did.
Yeah,
I
see?
think most of those views came from Poland and some other places.
Yeah, they like you guys are seeing. The one other thing I'll share with you guys, I keep saying one other thing, is because I'm actively trading right now and they are long trades. I never thought of this. I'm watching them because when I'm watching them, I'm okay, regardless if they're going down or up. I'm watching them. I know they're long term. I know where his set profit is. I know they go up and down. What's really been great for me on my Zooms when I'm bringing people in and they're bringing in groups of people is that I recorded one that now has happened to me 8 times. So I'm talking to you, Arthur, and they're, well, I have some questions or whatever. I said, hang on, can I share my screen? Yeah. I'm in a couple of trades right now. And I show them and they're sitting there going up and down. And now I know how to click on the share and it brings up the graphic and you're watching the numbers go up and down. You know what I mean? And I said, yeah, let's go ahead and talk. So you're in a trade right now. Yeah. And then we start talking, and there was a guy just brought in his son. His son's like in his 30s. And I said, well, listen, let me go over and look at the trade. And that's the one I got that was 640. And he goes, when did you start this trade? And I knew. And I said, I started this trade about 2 hours ago. And he says, so we've been talking for 45 minutes and you made $640 while you're talking to me? I go, yeah, that's what I do. He's like, all right, send me the. But that has been like a closing machine for me. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I'm trading right now. So when I caught that trade, talking to Samuel and Mark, so I just got on the Zoom. As soon as I got on the Zoom and Mark comes on, I go, hi. I go, how's it going? He says, Samuel will be on here in a minute. And then we've got like 5 or 6 people coming on. And I go, wow, I just got a tap to trade. I said, I'm going to record this. And I just tick, 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 tick. So that turned out to be a 2-minute video that I think that's probably one of the ones, if Craig looked, I bet you that one's got 30, 40,000 views now. And it's like, I don't think that anyone gives a shit about what we're talking about. It's like, watch, this guy does a trade right here while he's doing the Zoom. So watching people do what they do.
65,481. That's his That Was Easy
How
video.
long
I'll
ago
post
was
the
that?
link.
How long was it ago?
December 7th.
Hey, there's enough to go around, Arthur. It's like, So, I know people are going to start putting in traders, and I would pick a trader based off listening to them do what I wanted to do.
Got it.
Okay. Let's roll her up. Arthur, I appreciate you. Craig, back to
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, Matt, for the input. You're always right on, man.
Sorry about that. I'm trying to get the video here so that I can post that up. But Arthur, thank you so very much. Let's see, remove that. And Robert, wow. This, I hope everybody got a lot out of this AMA today. What a great way to end the year is by,
Great.
just so much valuable information. I hope everybody gets a chance. Yes, I agree, Dee Dee. 100, 100, 100. She's posting lots of 100s in the Zoom chat. And it is incredible. I mean, and if we look ahead to 25, I hope everybody is going to have a fantabulous year. Lots of great stuff to share. In fact, I just got it. Hang on it really fast while I post. There's that link in that chat, and there is that link in that chat. So we got now. I'm caught up. So many links in the chats. If you want to get all of those links, if you're watching on YouTube, we'll have the post links in the post description below. If you're watching here on Zoom, go ahead and click the three dots in the meeting chat next to Ask Me Anything, and then click on Save Chat. It will download to your computer as we conclude. And we posted a ton of stuff today. So follow up and watch, listen, and learn is what I always like to say. So thank you all so very much. Yes, Robert, get plugged in. I agree. 100,000%.
Scrambling around. Thanks, Bill. Yeah.
Gotta give shout outs to our participants in today's Ask Me Anything. The amazing Lisa Marie, John Tier, Arthur Wynyo, and of course our executive producer, Matt Hollis. Bless you, my friend. Thank you so much, not only for being our executive producer, but for participating today and your input. Always, always valuable. So until next time, until next year, when we get together again for Unlimited Wisdom on Fridays at 12 p.m. Pacific, and then next Saturday for the new year of AMA, Ask Me Anything, with the amazing Robert Hollis at 12 p.m. Pacific on Saturdays. We look forward to seeing you then. Until next time, please be good to yourselves. Be cash. Happy New Year to everybody. I'm going to go ahead and open up so we can all wish everyone a Happy New Year. So long for now.
Happy New Year. Thank you,
Happy New
guys.
Year.
Love you all.
Love you.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year,
Thank you,
guys.
Dad. Thank you, Craig. Thank you, everybody, for an incredible year.
Happy New
Thank
Year,
you.
guys.
That was a great
Thanks so
year.
much. You guys,
Thank
your
you.
family.
Thank you, Peter and
Thank you
Linda.
for
Peter
all
and
you
Linda,
do.
Melody, Rebecca, Eric.
Love you guys.
Eric, welcome back to the planet. I like it. Hey, Kevin.
Thanks for your imagination.
Thank you,
Use
Coach
your
Bob.
See
Bill,
ya. Love you.
Mike,
Have a
Lisa
great
Marie, I'm proud of you.
New Year's.
Thank you,
Love you
Arthur. Thank you,
guys.
Craig.
Happy
Thank
New
you, Dad. I
Year.
love you guys.